This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Rockwell Table and Stage for their presentation of the unauthorized musical parody of Troop Beverly Hills.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Gregory Neighbors, the music director for Beverly Hills, the unauthorized parody. I work all over in LA. I'm a music director and composer. I've won a bunch of awards in town, and I've been all over the place. I have my music performed over at the Kennedy Center, and I've been here resident since December last year.
I love the performance tonight. Musically, I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I mean, this show is just so exciting musically. It's a joy every night to play it.
Basically, the music was basically cover songs. It actually reminded me of an episode of Glee, maybe an entire 2-hour movie.
Yeah, you know, part of the fun is recognizing the songs and seeing how we've integrated them into the plot of the show. And that's something that everyone in the audience enjoys. We really try to go for a get involved attitude with everyone. So part of that is getting songs that everybody already knows the words to and wants to sing along with. And then we have fun by mashing them up and mixing them and turning them and doing everything people don't expect.
Could you make a comment on what the style is of the music that you chose?
Absolutely. The style of the show is 80s pop. That's definitely the overall theme we've gone with. It's feel-good, stuff that gets you moving, stuff that gets you clapping, and stuff that really drives the plot and moves the movie forward, or the play.
I've noticed because the movie itself was in the 80s with Shelley Long, and the music is in the 80s. Was that on purpose that you merged it together?
Absolutely. Like we really try to find a musical world for every show here that really pairs well with what we're telling, the story. So when we do an 80s movie, you can expect to hear an 80s soundtrack. When we do a rock show, you know, we also have Big Lebowski going right now. It's filled with classic rock, you know, really, really heavy stuff, but you can always expect a different tone with every show.
Your hardest job as a music director is your casting. What do you look for in your casting?
We really look for people who can, A, entertain an audience, people who can, B, sing the hell out of these songs, you know. Really, we get some of the most talented people in town working here. They can not only make you laugh, they can make you cry if we would ask them to, and they can sing better than a lot of the people you see on reality shows. In fact, a lot of them you do see on reality shows around town. It's one of the perks to doing theater in LA.
I actually know a couple of the actors. I actually interviewed them before on my show. These actors are not only great singers, they're actually fantastic actors.
That's right. It's just as important because really we tell these stories. It's so important that the actors have a voice, have a really personal opinion in it, because we really put these together at the drop of a hat. We get so little time, and having actors with strong opinions, strong comedic chops, just smart, general people who come in with ideas is part of the reason the shows are so successful. So casting is essential.
Just out of my own curiosity, I always have to ask, how do you cast your musicians? Do you just hire people you know?
Well, I work as a music director for years in town, so I've got a lot of, I have a big list of people I know. Luckily, I now have enough people that I can call, the ones I choose. This is the local band here. They're pretty much the same band for every show because they're just so solid. Some of the best musicians in LA are up on that stage.
The comment I always do for that, because every music director I know hires their friends, and I always tell them, you know, that's very unfair, because that means you can't get a job as a musician if you don't know someone.
Well, isn't that true for everything in this town? I mean, you have to make your networking skills first, right? And as a musician, all we do is network with other musicians, so we get to know people very well. All of my friends are involved in the industry somehow, so it's easy to say when I meet a talented musician, I quickly become friends with them.
Okay. My overall review of the show is the music was fantastic. There were 80s cover pieces, so everyone will enjoy it. Again, it's very similar to an episode of Glee, except in Glee they have hours to film it. Here it's live, and there is no audio filter because they're live. They're right there.
That's right.
I thought they were all fantastic singers. So my highest rating on the music was fantastic.
Thank you so much. I really take a lot of pride in the work we do here, and I try my best to make the music as high quality as possible.
Okay. Once again, I really love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for coming. Please come and enjoy this. It's an amazing experience.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Marla Mandel. I was in New York for the past 8 years, and I did a bunch of Broadway shows, including South Pacific, Sister Act, and Cinderella, and then I moved here after Cinderella, and now I've been here for about a year and a half.
Great. And which character did you play?
Phyllis Neffler, she's the Shelley Long part. She's inherently a really good person and a very sweet person. She's a little bit ditzy, and she has the best intentions of, I think, anyone in the show. She's very lovable. I honestly love playing her. I love playing her, yeah.
I love the singing. I thought your singing was fantastic. The incredible range you did, because you actually sang for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's kind of some of the most singing that I've ever done before. So I feel like my voice is like starting to get used to it. It's like a muscle. So after these first couple shows, because we've only done this now like 3 times, I'm a little bit like vocally tired after the show, but that always like, once you get it in your system and your bones, it'll be like a piece of cake. But yes, I mean, and there's so many great songs in the show too. Whitney Houston and Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, all the songs from the 80s, 90s. It's like a blast to sing. Yeah.
I'm just curious, does it help being Broadway trained? Because again, if you're singing for 2 hours, there are even professional singers. There's some professional singers just don't have the athletic capability of singing for 2 hours.
I think that it certainly helps, but this is a different beast altogether. Like, whereas Broadway, you're very regimented and very strict, and you do the same thing over and over again, and there's no room for playing. Here at the Rockwell, like, you are free. I mean, yes, there's a structure, but like, you can comment in things, you can improv. So it's almost a different skill, and I think that by working here, if I went back to Broadway, I think I would be a little bit better of a performer, because there's a sense of freedom and playfulness when you do Rockwell shows.
One thing I have to comment about is when it comes to comedy, usually it's kind of hard to find good comedies in theater. Musicals, it's written in the script, so the musicals aren't that. You can probably find good comedy there, but this one actually is more improv. So I have to comment that everyone's comedic timing was very good. That's very hard to find.
I think so as well. You know, when we get a script here, there's a sense of structure for sure, but then for the next 3 weeks you get to kind of write a little bit of your own things here and there. So I think the reason why everyone has such great comedic timing is because they write jokes and write little bits that will be really good for them individually. So if somebody else were to do what you did, it wouldn't be necessarily as funny, because it's very individual and personal to you. So, but also there's a ton of people, there are tons of talented musical people here, and also a bunch of Broadway show people were in the show as well. So, and people that have done regional theater as well. So I think there's inherently incredibly talented people that work here.
My overall review is basically I loved it. I thought the music was fantastic, because again, it's from the 80s, so everyone knows it. Mm-hmm. Famous cover pieces. If you were doing a musical, you know, there'd be 1 or 2 great songs you'd love, but the rest of them you kind of have to sit through.
Sure.
This is more of a jukebox type musical. Yeah, that was fantastic. Everyone's singing was fantastic. I know a few of the cast members because I've interviewed them before.
Good.
And Ashley, your acting, I loved your acting too. I thought you're perfect Shelley Long.
Thank you so much. She is a comedic idol of mine. So it's so funny, I never saw this movie, and I sat down and I watched it with some friends before doing it, and I was like, this woman is a freaking genius, and if I could play it half as well as her, I think that I would be successful. And I think I do embody, I mean, we kind of look the same, and that wig, I mean, is so spot on, and the outfit, and when you're in the costumes, it's just like, it's natural. I just exude her, which I love. Yeah.
But once again, I love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
Hey, it's Sebastian Lacause. First of all, I play Freddie Neffler in the Troop Beverly Hills parody. I have a small recur on Orange is the New Black on the first 3 seasons. I've been in a couple of Broadway shows. I was played Rocky in the Rocky Horror Revival. Some films. I was in Keep the Lights On, Deliver Us from Evil, Days of Our Lives, a bunch of stuff. I play Freddie Neffler, the husband. Freddie is having a midlife crisis, basically, and he loves his wife, but is sort of taken aback by how much she spends money. And so he's sort of having a midlife crisis, and they're going through a divorce, and he's dating a young girl, and all of that, but ultimately he loves his wife, and they ultimately get back together.
I love the music. I thought the music was fantastic, but actually the acting was actually pretty good also. And your characters in particular, because you have a wide range of characters you have to go through.
Yeah, thank you. That's one of the things that's super fun about doing shows here is sometimes you get to do more than one role. So you get to just sort of like get crazy and have fun with it and just play around.
Once again, I really loved the performance. I loved your singing. I love the singing of the entire cast in general, and actually I thought your acting actually covered a wide range, so I thought you did superbly.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I mean, it's so much fun doing shows here, and we really do get to bring a lot to the roles and a lot to the script. Like, we really sort of workshop a lot of the jokes ourselves, and each actor brings sort of writes a lot of stuff for their own character. So it's really organic and super fun, and I'm having a ball. People have to come see it.
Okay, once again, I loved it. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Christopher Youngsman. Hi, how are you? I love Irvine. I know that place pretty well.
Okay.
I was raised in California, the northern part. I moved to New York City and did Broadway shows, and now I'm here in LA doing a show here at Rockwell. I played Velda. I played the Army sergeant woman who is, her only fun is to ruin everyone else's fun. She's a little misunderstood. She likes to follow the rules. Maybe there's some of you out there listening who are rule followers as well, won't steal a paperclip from work. That's kind of Velda, and she's found herself in a situation where she's got to deal with these women from Beverly Hills and girls. She doesn't quite understand them and why they're not following the rules of the Wilderness Girls of America.
I loved your performance. I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you very much. Tonight was my absolutely first night in doing this show. So the fact that you liked it on my first try, it means it's only going to get better. So if you're out there listening and you want to buy tickets, my show's only going to get better.
Actually, you and I have met before. I'm not sure if you...
Tell me, when did we meet before? When did we meet?
I saw you in a piece that I really... I couldn't give a positive review for. Of all the people I'm going to interview, because I know I'm not going to air this, I interviewed you because I knew very well that you were a very talented actor. Now I can see you in a piece in which you delve into so many characters in such a deep kind of quirky, evil character. I just loved your performance.
Oh, that's nice of you to say. It just takes, I mean, in workshopping a new piece, it just takes a lot of time. Here we're doing a classic movie. We know the story works. We know the characters are awesome. So I can understand why this can be a really enjoyable show to see. So, God, I'm so glad you remembered that we met each other. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I usually don't forget a face.
Well, I play Velda. And she, once again, is the ex-Army nurse who has now taken over the Wilderness Girls of America and wants to be their leader and grand poobah against the wishes and wills of everyone else that is around her. So she's a really interesting, I mean, first of all, I'm already calling her she, which is great. Obviously, I'm a man playing a woman, but I really am already starting to think of her as this person who is, trying to make the most of what she knows, and she feels that she's right. She doesn't see any of the wrong that she's doing. So I think that's kind of a universal thought or opinion that some people have, that what they believe is right. You could take Trump. He believes what he thinks is right. Hillary Clinton, she believes what she thinks is right. That's kind of a Velda sort of in that vein.
I loved your performance because, first of all, this performance in general, I love the music. I thought that the singing was fantastic. Wonderful music.
Yeah.
As for the acting, actually the acting was pretty good. Again, it's a farce, so again, the script's not going to be...
It's a parody. So you got to know, some of it is going to be honest moments, and some of it is supposed to literally make you laugh, make you disgusted in a way, make you cringe, make you be shocked by the unexpected of it. But it is still based on the truth of the movie, and good prevails over evil. And we have some everyone here is Broadway caliber actors, and that's why we work here in this environment. We want to be here because we know the shows are going to be good. We know that people are going to enjoy them, and we know we're going to feel proud about the product at the end of the day.
The only real difference I see between musicals, basically, I notice in musicals they don't emphasize much the rock beat. Here, they're more cover pieces. They're more recording artist type songs, and again, it was all done fantastically.
Well, it is called Rockwell, so they definitely want to accentuate the rock of what's going on in a show. And the music that we're using is music that is from the 80s and the 90s, and even some contemporary. So it's music you're familiar with. So that adds an easy, fun vibe to it all, where on other musicals might have more of a ballad that doesn't have a rock beat, like we do. I Will Always Love You, obviously the Whitney Houston song, and it's a huge popular song, but it also is a rock song, so as well as a ballad. So
Once again, love the performance. I loved your performance in particular.
Thank you. I'm so glad to see you again. I wonder when our paths are going to cross. Who knows?
Your next show. I'll
My
probably
next
do-
show, maybe. Oh my God, it's so good to see you.
Thank you once again for being on the show.
Awesome. It's nice to talk to you. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
I'm Thomasina Gross. I just closed Mamma Mia on Broadway not that long ago. Some TV shows like Glee, and My Name is Earl and The Shield. I play Jasmine Shakar. I think she's just a sassy girl that, you know, she's stuck up for her dad because she's really proud of who he is, and she's a proud girl herself, and she needs some sisters in her life.
If my viewers decide to come by and see the show, what should they expect to see?
They should expect a good time. Like, come with your friends, order some drinks and some food, and just have a good time. Be campy with us. It's a good time.
I love the performance. The singing I thought was fantastic. Your singing I loved in particular also.
Oh, thank you very much. Just a little sass.
Yeah, what I liked most about this is, again, I'm a theater guy, so most of the musical theater I do. This one, again, was more of cover pieces. So every single piece was a top 40 piece.
And that's one of the charms of the show. People come and they can rock out because they can remember the exact time they heard it on the radio and they can relate, and it makes it that much more fun.
Right. Okay. Once again, I really loved your performance. I love the show. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with...
Lana McKissick. I am a native Los Angelina. I went to UCLA. I was a former recording artist with Sony Records Japan. This is my second show at the Rockwell. I was Andy in The Devil Wears Prada. I played Lily and Rosa the maid. On Rosa? Well, it's definitely a parody version because in the movie she doesn't have an accent and she's, it's this strong voice of reason character, and here it's a little more, fun and aggressive, and I've tried to just speak Spanish the entire time as much as I'm able.
If some of you decide to come by and see the show, what should they expect to see?
They should expect to see some high energy singing and dancing. Jokes, lots of jokes, and actually I highlight the dancing because this is unusual for Rockwell. It's such a tight space and it's always packed, so there's a lot more of that than you would usually get, and there are more costumes, and it's just I think every show here gets more and more exciting, and it's going to be fun. Check it out.
Yeah, thanks for commenting on that, because actually I love their usage of space. It felt like the audience was actually on stage with you, and actually, again, the left, the right, the lighting, it all actually added to the atmosphere.
Yeah, they have to do that here because of the way the room's constructed. I think some people will feel left out no matter what. There are pillars and things to work around, but I think that's something they've really mastered, is making everyone feel like at least at some point in the show they're really involved in it and they can really enjoy it.
My overall impression of the pieces, I love the music. I thought you guys were all fantastic. Every single singer, even some of your backup singers, the ensemble pieces, I've actually interviewed some of them before in musical theater, and actually they're some of my favorite singers.
Yeah, no, everybody who does these shows is top notch. Everyone who's ensemble in this show has been not ensemble in other shows, and so it's not, there's nobody here who you're like, well, they can't really sing, but everybody is great. Everybody's very talented.
My overall thoughts of the show was fantastic music. I loved it. It's a parody, so again, there's a parody, that's what it is. But actually, the comedy in this was actually very good. It's hard to find very good comedy in musical theater.
Yeah, I think what's fun about Rockwell in particular is that a lot of the jokes are improvised, or at least they were improvised in the rehearsal process and then set. So it's a very free-flowing rehearsal process, and the director and producers, everybody's very cool with taking the material and making it your own. So I think everybody has a great time doing it, and hopefully that translates.
I love the performance tonight. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
The unauthorized musical parody of Troop Beverly Hills will be playing at Rockwell Table and Stage from July 2nd to September 10th. For more information, go to www.rockwell-la.com.